Good afternoon, Mother's Day 2020. Jones Harwell. I'm here, unapologetic. This has been a different Mother's Day this year. There was no going out, celebrating of mothers. Celebrating of mothers have been in-house at home. And I am grateful because this is a new year for me, having my mother with me on Mother's Day. A lot of us are not that fortunate to have their mother in the household with them, or their mother has gone on deceased. For those of you, you are in my thoughts today. But having my mother here has been wonderful because now we get to enjoy our relationship as women. Early on in life, and still she is my mother. She still gives me advice when I need it. She still is that shoulder to cry on, that person to talk to. But now as women, that we get to enjoy this relationship of what it is to be a woman, what it is to be a mother, what it is to be a wife, an aunt, sister, all of these things that we share. My sisters are sisters from other mothers, and I am thinking of them today as I'm the only one still in my inner circle whose mother is still living. And I graciously share my mother as they share their mothers with me. So to you all, please know that both my mamas, my biological mother and my stepmother, are still part of our circle of strength. Amen. So it's been a minute since I've been on talking. I've been kind of quiet here, working on a few things, bettering myself while we are still on lockdown at home on the pandemic, and learning some things about myself that when I decided to take that step out on faith, he's still pointing me in the right direction. And a peace of mind, I have a peace of mind that I have not had in a long time about the direction as to the next chapters in my life. It's hard to take that step, and still it requires a lot of work on me, but I am ready. I'm excited to do that and see what the future holds. So I'm finishing up a manuscript with a young lady, Mia Sampson, who we will be putting out more about here shortly, coming down to the stretch here. We finished the book, now it's polishing it up, adding the last pieces to the book, and getting it ready for editing and publication. We hope to have it out by you all by July 1. That's my goal, but we're going to try to make that happen, or shortly thereafter, to get it out. Such an incredible, incredible story from this young lady. The more I get to know her, the more dynamic she is, and her story and her press to continue to persevere and keep moving and keep moving and keep moving for herself and her kids is just, I bow down to that strength. I do. It's amazing, and I wish her all the best in life. You've by now seen some of the commissioned work that I had done for Averless, the novel, the sci-fi that I'm working on. I hope to have that out hopefully by the end of the summer. Fall, book one. Book one. This one is turning out to be my baby that I'm going to spend some time developing more than one I found as I'm writing that I can go forwards, I can go backwards, I can add some things. And particularly as I started this book out last year before the pandemic started, it's amazing how pieces of that thread are history that I wove into this story. I don't consider myself to be a history buff. There are parts of history that I do entertain, I do read, simply because I like to know my history. But to add that and incorporate pieces of that into this work, interesting. And that's all I'll have to say about that. I don't know if that's a trend that I will continue as storylines come to me, or for this specific story, why I chose that route or avenue. But as I said before, when I come up with a storyline, I start a storyline, I have no earthly idea when I start where the story is going to go. It tells me where it wants to go, how it wants to lead. And this one started out quite down a different road than I expected. So I'm still on that road, still telling their story. So we'll see what happens and how it comes about and how you will react to it and like it. As you can see in the background, got my flowers. Earlier in the week, I spruced up my workspace with some daisies and sunflowers. And this morning, my husband and son spruced up my space with some roses. So I am a flower girl. I love flowers and I love plants. And glad that my green thumb has come back. So hoping that I can plant some stuff outside, at least in pots on my porch, so they can brighten up my day as I look out upon my community. Last thing on my mind, and I was trying to figure out how to. Last night, I had a Zoom party with my inner circle, and it was our bi-weekly get together and catching up on how everybody's couple of weeks have gone and just general chit chat as we were. But there was a Jill Scott, Erykah Badu battle. And I was trying desperately how to figure out on my laptop to incorporate that battle into our Zoom party so we would have that background music and enjoy the battle together. And I was unfortunate not to be able to do that. So, some more research for me to do to figure that out. But before the battle came on, there was one Jill Scott song that she played that is like one of my anthems. I have a few from Jill Scott, but the one that just struck me to my core, and it was such a tribute, I think, to her and Erykah's attempt to bring some sunshine and some just mellow to everything that we've been going to, is Rolling Hills. And the line, "There's power in them rolling hills. Come on." And that song to me, speaks volumes as to how we as women have to stand up, have to speak for ourselves. We are the first line. No one will do that for us. There is power in numbers when women get together collectively and represent. And then an Erykah Badu song, one of my favorites from her, is Other Side of the Game. And I always think about that song when it comes on as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, particularly to I'm married to a black man, I'm a mother of a black son, and the brothers, and I have several brothers, biological and through marriage. I have brothers, all educated, all entrepreneurs, all mentors in my eyes. From my brother in New York, the shoemaker, my brother in Atlanta, the actor, who are brothers by marriage, my foster brother by marriage, who is a disabled vet living in the state of Washington, doing his thing, helping out his community, to my stepbrother in Texas by marriage, who I actually grew up with. We've been in and out of each other's lives for so long. Strong, independent, to my biological brothers. The oldest, who lives in Utah, who is a senior VP, CFO, or of his company, the company he works for. And my brother, who lives here in DC, who is also a manager of a very influential firm. All of them have played a tremendous role, along with my husband and my son, to what I do and what I talk about, and to wake up every morning and continue to read and see videos, news reports of young black men, middle-aged men, black men in their 20s, early 30s, who are systematically being judged immediately for the color of their skin, who are being categorized before you have a conversation. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. It is heartbreaking. And I pray, and I pray, and I pray, because I'm a wife of a black man who served his country, who goes out here every day to make an honest living, to provide for me and our son. My brothers who are out there every day hustling to take care of themselves and their loved ones in their homes. We try to set the example for my son of what's right, morally, godly. So when he goes out to start his life as an adult and start his family, that's the foundation that he builds on, that he'll be okay. But he's got to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard on presentation before people get to know him. What's wrong with America? Our ancestors fought for us, sweated tears, worked jobs, demeaning jobs, but yet were proud people for the next generation to do a little bit better, and the next generation to do a little bit better. But we can't say to our children still that that's one less thing, the color of their skin, that they have to worry about. We can't say that. That's the first thing we're telling them. The color of your skin instantly inhibits you. So this is why we push for you to do better, be better, work harder. Come on, America. At some point, we got to get this right. When do we count? When do we count? I was born. I was taught. I contribute. I still continue to learn. But when will the day come where I don't have to worry about my son's skin color first? And then all I just really have to worry about is that he's a good person, and trust that all the tools and skills that he's learned throughout his life and as he continues to move will enable him and help him become productive, become respectable, become honorable. That they know upon sight that he's worthy of all of these things, all of these accolades. They can just tell in his walk and his smile. And when he stretches out his hand to say, hello, my name is. You feel me? Some of you may, some of you may not. I don't know. I don't know. But that is my Mother's Day prayer. That is my Mother's Day wish. When will we be worthy enough of a conversation before you automatically assume the worst in us? That's all I have for today. For you mothers out there, expecting mothers, those of you who are remembering your mothers today, those of you that have your mothers close, I appreciate you all. I thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. It is beautiful here, a little chilly, Beautiful. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day with the number one person who taught me about love, taught me how to be a lady, and still considers me to be her baby, her number one girl, my mama. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Jones Harwell for Unapologetic. Until we talk again. Bye bye.